So Netanyahu has said in a new statement that the UN must withdraw from the South Lebanon peacekeepers from the combat zone, as Hezbollah are using them as human shields. The Times of Israel are reporting that tensions between Israel and the UN peacekeeping force in southern Lebanon continue to escalate, with Prime Minister Netanyahu calling for the UNIFIL soldiers to be withdrawn from combat areas. Addressing UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, Netanyahu said in the Hebrew language message, quote, "It is time for you to withdraw these UN forces from Hezbollah strongholds and from the areas of combat. The IDF has repeatedly asked for this and has been met with repeated refusals, all aimed at providing a human shield to Hezbollah terrorists," says Netanyahu. "Mr. Secretary-General, get the UNIFIL forces out of harm's way. It should be done right now, immediately," Netanyahu said in English. UNIFIL says the IDF has hit a number of their posts, including the headquarters at Nakura. UNIFIL soldiers have been lightly injured in the incidents. "Your refusal to evacuate the UNIFIL soldiers make them hostages of Hezbollah," says Netanyahu. "This endangers both them and the lives of our soldiers." Netanyahu says Israel regrets the injury to the peacekeepers and that Israel is doing whatever it can to prevent that happening. "But the simple and obvious way to ensure this is just get them out of the danger zone," said Netanyahu. The Prime Minister says European leaders should be criticizing Hezbollah, not Israel, for using UN forces as a human shield. You know, this reminds me of a few weeks ago, I saw a pro-Palestine page on Instagram. Yes, I do follow him, by the way, because I think it's important that we don't live in echo chambers and see what the other side is saying. And I saw they were playing this recording of the IDF calling a Lebanon civilian saying, "Get out of your home, leave quick, because we need to go into this area for combat." And they were saying, and the guy was saying, "No, I'm not leaving my home, I'm not going to do it." And they're saying, "Look how horrible the IDF are, kicking people out of their homes." I'm thinking, you're doing Hasbara. You're showing that they're trying to protect civilians, telling them we need to go into this zone to clear out the terrorists, and we're trying to protect you as your life as a civilian, to go into a place that's safe for you. We're letting you know in advance. Do other Arab countries do that? Do Hezbollah do that? Do Hamas do that? Obviously not. They try to maximize civilian casualties, and it's the same thing here. I have no doubt that people will say, look how terrible Israel are. They're trying to, make UN peacekeeping forces leave the southern Lebanon zones. To which I say, why are they doing that? It's in order to protect their lives. Israel have to go into this zone to fight Hezbollah. Unless you're going to say to me, well, Israel shouldn't go into southern Lebanon to fight Hezbollah. In which case, you're basically saying Israel has no right to exist. That's what you're saying. Because if I can't stop terrorists from attacking me, well, then I might as well just lay down and die. God forbid. And by the way, while we're on the subject of the UN, I hardly think Israel should be giving them any level of credence or respect, given the UN UNRWA's direct complicity in the October 7th attack, complicity with Hamas, having people that were working for them that were involved in the October 7th attacks, that were involved in radicalizing Arab kids, that were part of the Hamas infrastructure. And so frankly, I think Israel should have very little time for the UN. The fact that they're telling them this is noble. They're telling them to escape. If they don't want to listen to them, if they care more about trying to undermine Israel on the international stage than protecting their own people, protecting their civilians, protecting UN peacekeepers, then they're no different from Hamas, who are trying to maximize civilian casualties, totally disregarding their own people's lives on the altar of trying to undermine and destroy Israel. It's utterly wrong. It's disgraceful. And I think by the day, the truth and reality and the moral differences between good and evil and between Israel and those who hate her are becoming clearer and clearer for those who wish to see. If you've made it so far in this video, I have a request for you. JTV has been having a really big impact in spreading the truth about Israel and creating positive associations with the Jewish people, Judaism, and Israel. We've really grown a lot, particularly in the last year, and we're having a really significant impact, both for Jews and non-Jews. But I really want to take JTV to the next level so we can start to compete with the other big online media beasts that are often peddling anti-Israel content. And the way we're going to do that is to scale even faster. So I'd love to build a team where we have other presenters doing shows like me. Let's start doing documentaries, supplementary content, animated content, etc., etc. And to do that, I'd like to build a bit of a team. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one fundraising day, just one, where we try and build up some funding in order to fund such a team. Now, to do that, it's going to obviously require people to get involved. And I'm wondering if you would consider, if you're watching JTV content and appreciate what we do and want to help partner with us in taking this to the next level and spreading the truth farther and wider than ever before, I wonder if you'd consider partnering with us simply by running a mini page on the fundraiser that we do, where you just reach out to your contacts on that day that we choose to fundraise and see if they'll all chip in. If you'd be up for doing that, of which I would be so grateful, then please click on the Google form link in the video description of this video, where you can simply just put in a few contact details. It'll be a very small commitment, as I say, literally just one day that we'll all agree upon as a collective community. But the impact is going to be so big. There's such strength in numbers. If we all pull together and do this, we can take this to the next level. And as I say, all of us can partner together in bringing and spreading the truth to the whole world. So please do consider clicking on that link, filling in the form, and I'll be in touch very soon to talk about the next steps. Small commitment, but a big impact. Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help support JTV to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.